Well, hi and welcome. Today we're at Fauquier Education Farm near Warrenton, Virginia, and we're here with Mr. Jim Hankins, the executive director here at the farm. Jim, I wanted to talk a little bit about deer. Deer are always bothering people's gardens, eating things up, and there's a lot of home remedies people use. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I think you've got a better way to keep deer out of the garden.
Well, a 3D deer fence works really, really well. Most of those other techniques like putting hair around your garden or fox urine, they just don't work. And if you are really counting on getting this stuff out of your garden, this area in particular, boy, we have a huge deer population. And you know, going to that really high-cost 10-foot deer fence that they can't jump over, you know, that can be really cost-prohibitive. This is called a 3D deer fence, and it works really well. And, you know, for about $350, we have this little bit more than a half an acre fenced in. Wow. And the components, you know, I could fence in a larger area if I wanted to.
Why do you call it a 3D deer fence? What does that mean?
Well, deer have a very different depth perception than we do. The essential part of a 3D deer fence is that you have two different sections. You have an outside strand, it's about 24 inches, and then you have about a 3-foot gap, and then you have two more strands, one at 24 inches, one at about 48 inches. A deer is perfectly capable of jumping over this, but it messes with their depth perception and they just won't jump over this. It works really beautifully. I have sweet potatoes and green beans in here, which are just deer candy. And they're not coming in here. Now, it is normally an electrified fence. I have a solar charger. $100, $120, you can get it in any local feed store. This string does have wire embedded in the middle of it, but it's really low cost.
It doesn't feel like a wire. It feels like a rope.
It's a heavy-duty string. Anybody could put this up. Looking up 3D deer fence, there are a lot of them on YouTube. You know, the components of it. I put this particular fence up in one afternoon by myself, enclosing a large area. And it works really well.
That is great. Now, is this more of a permanent kind of fence you'd put down?
You certainly could do it permanently. You know, I'm going to move my crops around, so, you know, I won't be growing sweet potatoes. That was my main concern. There's no sense in me planting sweet potatoes without electric fence around it because the deer would have destroyed it. So it's really easy to move, but you could put it up once and leave it there. The one key component is that you need to keep the weeds mowed from underneath it. As soon as the grass comes up, it shorts out the electricity, but it's just really easy.
So this is great. Kind of a pretty low cost kind of fence that can be put anywhere. It's flexible though. If somebody wanted to just exclude animals out of a certain part of their garden, they could. And I've seen the plants you've got over there, beans, watermelons, they haven't been touched. So it's working definitely here.
Oh, it works. It works really well.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Jim, for letting us come out here and talk to us about a way to keep deer out of the garden. And for more information about deer fencing and how to put it up and where to buy it, please contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener. For From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu.